Did I do the fuckboy smile right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into another episode of Reading Freerunner, Volume 1, The Beginning of Nightmares. I didn't realize how close I was this whole time. Woo! Thank you for coming back to this epic conclusion, because this will be the last episode, I can promise you. Like, we're that close. So, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you know exactly when all of your favorite videos on this channel or your favorite series come out. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's get this started. We left off on chapter 25. That was when we found Commissioner or Commander or whatever, Arrow, on the train. So, chapter 26. He tied me up to one of the poles. How'd you survive, I ask. The whole building became ash and rubble. No time for small talk. I don't feel like meeting your fate, he smirks. I hear him walk out of the door as I feel myself move a little. The train might be moving. I looked around for an exit. The signs are back now, telling me to get free. Very helpful. I thought it'd be fun to wait and see where this was going, I say. Silencio, scum, a voice says. I look around and notice a figure staring at me. Nice first impress. Silencio! He throws the knife he was wielding and it cuts the ropes. Oops, he says. I jump up and reach for the escape hatch. He leaps forward and tackles me to the ground. I struggle as he tries to keep me pinned. After a minute of struggling, I escape. He rolls over as I run for the door. No! He yells as he gets up. The man tackles towards me, but I sidestep and he falls through the now open door. I was about to jump out until I saw the cars. Military, I say. I run towards another door and smash it down. I jump to the next car and smash the door. Bullets fly by, forcing me to duck for my life. Everything slowed. No, it all froze. I was still moving. My name is Christopher Cummins. As you know, I am your brother. I never actually died. I went and lived with our real dad and was raised in Texas, a voice says. A portal comes out in front of me and a man comes out. I am Free Rifter. This was one of the earliest conceptions. Woo! Okay, so obviously I haven't explained the Freerunner situation to you guys here because we're just reading this, but I have this whole multiverse thing set up, and one of the, the first conceptualization of there being another Freerunner was this. It was Free Rifter, and this drawing is actually pretty badass. This is Christopher the Free Rifter. Look, that actually doesn't look horrible. It's not great, but it doesn't look fucking horrible, and that's a portal. So, like, oh my goodness. Later, this became an iteration, like, Free Rifter turned into this character that I called Portal Runner. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. That I forgot completely that this happened, and this was great. So, let me, if I can turn the page. Oh, fuck, okay. That's the end of chapter 26. Chapter 27. So, you're Chris, I ask? Yep. You didn't really think I was dead, did you? He asks. Well, yeah, I say, scratching my head. What's the probability of me speaking with you from the dead, he asks. I blush and scratch my head. I have to go, he says as he jumps through the portal. Wait, I yell, but it's too late. Things slowly begin to move. God, no, I yell. A missile is heading towards the train. I get up and run. Smashing doors and running, I realize I'll soon run out of tracks. Well, that's what happens in the movies, at least. I jump through the final doors, but the missile was hit. Hit right in front of me. I wake up in the dark with a pile of metal holding me down. Oh my God! Ah! I yell in pain. To my left, I see my arm gone, but painfully, it's growing a new arm. I try my best, but I can't get out. Everything goes dark. That was chapter 27. Chapter 28. Everything is gray and glooming. Everything is gray and gloomy. A figure is trying to remove the piece of train from atop of me. A whoosh is what it feels like when the train cart is off. A whoosh. The figure lifts me and pulls me and helps me stand. I finally regain my full sight. Oh my God. What is that? I say to myself. That, it says, is your sister. It says as it changes into a girl. I am Emily Cummins. Here's the drawing of like what it pointed at. What does that say? It says Spee. That's odd. Chapter 29. The last chapter. Emily, I yell and hug her. What'd you change into? I asked. And how? New York became toxic and it changed me. Whatever I think of, I become, she explains. Where do we go now? I ask. Home, she says, and points at my head. What are you? I begin to say, but everything goes black. Not like I passed out or anything. I'm in a huge black room. It looks endless. In my hand is a small silver device. I drew the device. I press the button and a panel appears. It looks like a video. Wait a second. You beat my jocks, now I'll beat you. John, back at school, I exclaim. Maxwell, another voice yells. People from when I jumped into the fountain, I say. Like your memories? Like your memories? A voice booms. I look around, but I still see nothing. Where are you, I ask. More importantly, who are you? The real question is, who are you? I'm going to help you learn how much you hurt others. So maybe you won't be so selfish, a voice yells. Suddenly, I'm back with Emily, but we're at the same spot where the house was. Emily, I ask. Home, she replied. I was going to apologize, but a panel opened. What the? I converted the basement into a military base. Shoot, get in, combat ready, she said to the tunnel. 15 men, 5 carrying shotguns, 5 with rifles, and 5 with RPGs, came running up the tunnel. Emily pushed me in after the men passed. SR is best, I asked. Is back, I asked. Yes, I need you to go into their base and retrieve our data, she says. She guides me to a room with a blackboard. Emily randomly stops walking and turns around. Her eyes roll back and her voice booms. France, Mexico, points of no return. Find them. Wake up. The end, question mark? It literally says the end. Okay, and then I have an arrow down here that says check for clues of the next story. So we've got a really badly drawn scorpion and the flag of Mexico, and I wrote the colors. Verde, blanco, rojo. Okay, if I could turn the page. We've got a rose with some leaves, okay, and a do not cross tape. And then, I don't even know what that is. It's like a pile? I don't know. And then blueprints for a pistol, and it literally says terrible blueprints. That's great. And that's it. That concludes Free Run at the Beginning of Nightmares, Volume 1. Woo! That was a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That took me down memory lane. Hold on. Let's just mark real quick how thick this book was. I'm pretty impressed with myself being as young as I was writing this much. So, the book took this many pages, and here's the divider, how much was left in there. So, that really just kind of goes to show, I worked on that book for like 3 years, and then I just kind of abruptly ended it. And what I did, because I don't have that copy anymore, I don't think, what happened was it was hinting at the other free runners. So what happens was Maxwell, his soul was kind of just like, that was the idea, was that his soul was going to be put in other people named Maxwell Cummins throughout the world. The next story was supposed to be Mexico. I started writing that one, and what happened was it was this broke guy that like owed some money to the cartel that he was simultaneously trying to stop. Like he borrowed money from them, but it was just a way to get closer with them. And then like they came to get the money at the beginning of the book, and then he fought the 2 people that tried to get it from him, and then he ran, and then he crossed into America. And that's where things started to kind of overlap, because like he was back in America, but he was in a part of it where it was like not frozen. So they think the whole world was frozen, but really it was just like kind of the whole East Coast was. So he came back in Texas, and that's as far as I got in writing in that. But the idea was going to be that like the free rifter, you know, he's going to meet up with them, and it's going to be kind of a similar idea. He's going to be like, look, technically, I'm your brother, but we're not going to talk about that. And then eventually he would find out, and then that free runner would meet up with this free runner. And then the third book was supposed to be, like Volume 3, was supposed to be in France. That's what that France thing was. So the point of no return for the Mexican free runner was, well, the Spanish free runner, sorry, gotta be politically correct. The point of no return for the Spanish free runner was going to be the point where like he met with Free Rifter, because that meeting, it was the point of no return. So meeting with Free Rifter in this book was the point of no return for that Maxwell. Does that make sense? So for France, it would be the same thing. When he meets up with Free Rifter, it's the point of no return. Free Rifter is kind of the constant in each of these. It's the only thing that's not a variable for each story. And once Maxwell had the Mexican free runner meet up with himself, they would like each realize, and they go, oh fuck, and then they'd each take control of themselves again, and like the French freerunner would eventually meet up with them and blah, blah, blah. I didn't get too far into conceptualizing the French one because that was the third book, and that was going to be the point where they stopped the Sorin army, and like, yeah, it was a lot. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on this little memory road. I really appreciate it. Definitely feels great to share my little cringy writings from way back when and delve back into that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Spider Tom signing out.